I'm just hanging out live. If anybody wants to chat with me, I am not in the best mood. If I have any fam or friends that want to show up and chat, it's me. I've been crying, and I took a shower and need to dry my hair and put some makeup on, so I am not going to show my face. I may later and do a live and chat, but yeah, I'm pretty upset right now. I'm laying down. Everybody in my house is upset, but I guess that was the point, right? To make us feel all the shit we get to feel all over again. You know what I wanted to say is I'm going to report anything that has to do with this okay. So I'm going to address this spiritual whatever war that's going on YouTube. And I feel like a lot of people have been and it's not just in YouTube, right? It was kind of what I've got going, what I was talking about before. People have been using religion to target and abuse people and do other horrible things, and all in the name of Jesus. You know what I mean? I think that's really wrong. I think that's really wrong and really crazy. And if you come on my channel with any of that shit, that is getting reported as a terrorism. Okay. And I'm not talking about Jesus, but when you're trying to use Jesus as a form of manipulation and as a form of weaponry towards another human being and their own personal life and pain, it isn't okay. And I'm not going to tolerate it in my life and on my channel anymore. Jesus went through stuff. Yes, he did. But the people that choose to act that way, holier than thou, that's what this shit was. A bunch of people acting holier than thou, right? In the name of Jesus, doing all kinds of fucked up shit in the background. You're not going to come to me or at me in that regard, period. Because that isn't what Jesus was about any day of the damn week. And I'm sorry if I have to sound like an asshole right now, but we have been through so much and enough. And tarot cards and me talking about spirituality or my own spiritual personal beliefs and stuff like that doesn't have to do with Jesus or anything else. I like Jesus. I love Jesus. Am I gonna shove that or my religious beliefs down anybody else's throat? No, I'm not. I'm not. Because that's not what I'm about. I've been transparent about my life. And yes, Jesus had struggles, but we aren't here to put people through struggles in life on purpose and say it's in the name of Jesus. You are fucked up if you think that's okay. Sorry. Hi. I had to get that out because it needs to be said. It needs to be said. This shit is out of control because Jesus is the furthest thing. If you're in that state of mind anyway, like of abuse and abusing the scripture to gain money, and abuse people, that is not even what Jesus was about in the first place. Yeah, so I don't know, this morning, it's like, it's gotten to the point where it's almost, I don't know, y'all keep me in your prayers. I've been praying so much and just every day. It shouldn't be this hard. I'm raising my kid on my own. I've had to get her away. The part that makes me angry is there's all kinds of stuff being done legally, illegally, and we've been victims, and nobody in law enforcement will step up and do the right thing or say we know this or we have acknowledgement of these things happening or this, you know what I'm saying? That's what has me so fucking angry. Because you see it and you know it. So what are you fucking hiding? Why aren't we being addressed about anything? Why am I not being, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm going to stop yelling. So my anger. Okay. No, I have every right to be angry. I'm an angry mother right now. That's for goddamn sure. But you know what happens when I get angry? I make shit happen. So let me get angry. Getting me angry is probably not the appropriate thing to do, because let me tell you, when I get angry, I don't go and react. Now everybody it's okay to get angry, and yeah, and whoever I'm talking to right now, if they're watching or listen to this, they need to hear it. Somebody needs to fucking, a law enforcement officer that has you know, a good side to them. I'll say a good one, because they're not all bad. There are some really good ones, and somebody or some of them really need to get in these motherfuckers' faces and let them fucking have it. I sound like cats. Anyway, I know that some of this stuff is like so yeah, anyway. No, I'm not going to watch my language. Can somebody block Dustin? Can I get a moderator or somebody just to cancel him? Dustin the bot. Bye-bye. All right. So I don't, you know, I've been very positive. I've been very calm and cool through this all. I have had one hell of a year, and it's about 2 weeks before I can finalize my divorce from the devil himself. That was the worst mistake of my life. But you know, we all make mistakes, and I know that I was targeted when I was very vulnerable, right? And so there are so many things that I need to say and that need to be said. I have expressed them. I have things written down that, you know, anyway, that's neither here nor there. There is protected information. I am talking to an attorney, in regards to just, you know, getting this finalized so I can move forward with my life without having to deal with this bullshit anymore or worry of it or anything attached to that person. Yeah. And so, you know, this has just been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. It gets heavy. I feel like something was done, honestly, with some stuff, you know, illegally, probably, in regards to us. Like, just everything that's coming out in the news with all these things and all the things that I, even in the past, like I was saying, you know, like this is the part that has me so mad. It's like when I was saying, hey, everybody, I think this is going on and I think this is going on and I'm being attacked or I've followed or whatever years ago, you know, there was stuff going on in our life where I was gang stalked. I was fucked with really hard, right? So it pisses me off when it comes out that the shit's really happening or happened, right? You know, there's answers. There's things coming to light, right? And so, yeah, dogs going crazy, phones going crazy as soon as I get on live and I start talking. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm fed up. I'm fed up and you fucked up. You fucked up. You shouldn't have been fucking with me in our life like this. This is crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I don't care if I sound angry. I have every right to be angry. I couldn't even go through chemotherapy without having some man target me. Mind you, I'm not even going to go into detail because there's connections to it all anyway. And it's really upsetting. It's very disturbing. It's upsetting. And it has to do with family. This is all some sort of other ass fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so mad, y'all. I'm so mad. I gotta stop. I gotta breathe. I gotta breathe. I gotta breathe. I gotta breathe. I said ass fuck. I'm like, I've got Tourette's. I've got to breathe. I can't even look at this thing. So, I don't have the new GoFundMe up yet, but I will. Their old GoFundMe is up. You can, anybody can donate to that, but I'm going to make the other GoFundMe, after I, finish getting ready and, get myself together a little bit better. I just have been crying a lot. We left that place in Raleigh, and you guys watched what happened and went down, and, you know, I needed to find somewhere pretty quick, but, you know, I thought, you know, I don't know. This was gonna be an okay move. And it hasn't been 100% bad. I have felt safer in a sense, for sure. I'm not experiencing the things that I was in my home like I was at the other place, but like like I'm stating, we're obviously having some serious issues in a different regard. And so there are things that I've noticed on the news. So I'm not a retard, right? There's some things going on in the world. So it just makes me wonder, with the way that I was, you know, the conversations that I've had with the people that own this property, them being out of the country, asking for my rent money. You know what I mean? That's crazy. It's like they even asked me for my rent money the day before my rent was due. Or 2 days before, like ready for that cash, right? Ready for the cash to go not spend on the mortgage that you have, but go spend it out of the country, you know, and that's why I'm angry. There's so much going on. And I don't think, in my case, I have questions because I know that there's reasons I have 3 phones right now. Three. I had to get 3 cell phones because I did notice like a while back, this has been about 2 years ago, that the one cell phone I have that I do record, like this one I record on, I couldn't look up certain things. So if I had this cell phone, right, and I would look up simple things on, I don't even know what, OfferUp, I think was something I was looking at stuff on before. I noticed there would be different things. Zillow, there would be different things. It was interesting. So I know that there's ways to hack things. I've had, or people can hack things, and these people use information like that. Hey, what's up? Anyway, people are shitty, obviously, but, you know, in the past I've had stuff hacked anyway. So I had an experience when I was living in Raleigh where I couldn't even, you know, DoorDash, and I've had to do that for just lunch or dinner, you know, when we've been going through hard times. And because it's hard to make a lot of money on DoorDash, I think, unless you got a lot of gas and time. But we've done it for meals and stuff like that. And I was even blocked on this phone from even being able to do it, or fucked with, you know, there's just little shit. It's like obvious what's going on, right? So, and I have this knowledge though from years ago when we went through the first gang stalking crazy experience with stuff, from a friend that was an engineer that I used to bartend, and I had stuff going on, and I had questions, and he gave me answers, right, that made sense. So part of the reason I still even have, there's just, so, something happened when I was trying to DoorDash that I was sent to a location and fucked with, which was concerning. That happened to me in Raleigh. I was sent to a location and fucked with on purpose a few times. And so I was like, and then something happened, and I just decided, you know, and it wouldn't even let me on the app. So I decided to get a different cell phone that day, because I was there was like sitting right in front of a cell phone store, and I had the money on me that day to go in and just get it. And so that's what I did. I was like, well, I'm here, so let me just go ahead and get a third phone so I can actually call for help or do something if I really need something, right? So, and I know that sounds nuts, but it's not. Like, if you've been through some of the shit that we've been through, I swear to God, right? So look, my ex, it doesn't even matter. Like, all of this stuff, I just want a divorce, and I want it now so I can alleviate any more headaches that have anything to do with anything that potentially was done to harm me and my child this past year, in that regard, that had to do with my ex, my kid's father, that whole group of people. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, that in itself has been stressful. So today when this happened, yeah, I'm beyond stressed. We just went through hell. And it's not just me. It's my child. This is affecting my child too. And it's not because I'm putting her in bad situations. We are being fucked with, or we're just, there's shitty shit going on, you know? And I don't know why you think that it's okay. Number one, yeah, there's a lot of sad shit going on. You know, there's been a lot of sad stuff going on. And when you're a person that like wants to help people, I feel like the people that want to help people get fucked with the most, man. You know, when you have a good heart and want to help people. I don't know. You know, I've been attacked on my spiritual journey by shitty family, you know, and that was cool. I could disassociate with them because I didn't want to be a part of that lifestyle anyway and moving forward. But, you know, unfortunately, you know, I had a child with a POS, and I've had a battle with that whole situation in family for years. And they went to some crazy extremes, and it doesn't even matter, you know. Whatever's going on right now has been weird. It's been fucked up. I'm traumatized. I don't understand anymore, you know, why this is necessary. But all I know is I need to get to court. I need to get an attorney. I need to, you know, put some protective orders possibly in place for me and my daughter in regards to people, certain people or individuals, and just start making some things happen in that aspect, because I'm not going to keep living like this. This is crazy. I'm already somebody that has had a lot of physical health challenges to overcome. Not just that, other challenges. I mean, we're talking like we've been through abuse. Like, come on, you know, come on. This is fucked up on so many levels. And there's so many other people going through things. Yes, there are people going through bad shit everywhere. But that doesn't, that doesn't minimize what I'm going through either. Or anybody's going through, you know? We all have to like acknowledge and say like, this shit is fucked. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not okay. It's not okay anymore. It's not okay. There's so much shit. There's so much shit. Demons' job is to distract you from the truth. Blah, blah, blah. Like, You know, I mean, what happened to just, I don't even know. You know, I just want some sort of normalcy in life. Again, I'm sure a lot of people do, right? But just to be able to get up and know that, okay, I can go to work. I can do this. We're gonna be okay. We've paid our rent. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as I got there again, I'm like, oh, my rent's paid. We're moving forward. I'm doing the productive things that and this is what I was experiencing with my kids, with my ex-husband, right? So, and it was even obvious too at that point in time. My mother and she had a conversation with me and she even verbally like attacked the dude about it, because she called him out. She was like, no, Lindsay, because he was talking shit to her about me and trying to, in the whole situation. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just so upset. Talking shit. She called him out for being a piece of shit and called him out for what he was doing, even though she fucking hates me, because it was really fucking obvious. Like, You are literally destroying her shit, her fucking life on purpose. And I know that he fucking was, because the day that that shit fucking happened with him when he assaulted me, the fucking message was red mist. I called the police. He changed the Wi-Fi on my phone. So when I called the police in the house that day, I couldn't even get through, because your phone, if you automatically connect to Wi-Fi, it'll automatically connect instead of it'll use that, or if it, I don't know if it's used to connecting or something like that. I don't know. It blocked me. He was an engineer. He fucking knew that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he knew what the fuck he was doing every fucking step of the way. So you can't tell me that there hasn't been some sort of fucking insurance. The Jew was fucking burning papers when we lived in the town that I'm in now, before we moved out. Burning papers one day. I asked him what the fuck he was burning. One day I caught him on the phone. He was talking about having people come because they didn't have identities to come stay where he was and shit like that. So you want to tell me now that I'm fucking crazy? Fuck you. If you're listening really fucking hard, you piece of shit. I don't care. I'm upset. I have every fucking right to be upset. I'm tired of being fucked with. I'm tired of, for no reason. Because why? You want to go fucking do some meth and fucking fraud? And God else, whatever the fuck else you fucking weird ass motherfuckers are into? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that's okay. I have been asking for help. Now, luckily, law enforcement did recognize what a fucking lunatic he was and arrested him and that whole situation and took care of that time. Thank God. Thank God. I trusted my instincts and my intuition. Interesting. Here we go. All phones, everything. I trusted my intuition and did. In my instincts, God said, stand up for yourself. Do not fucking take this shit right now. I knew not to fucking stay in that shit. It was terrifying. It was planned. I'm not a fucking idiot. Y'all know what the fuck you did and why. And you know why the fuck you've been going hard for the last several months. I don't have there's been some other fucking ulterior motive, whether it's fraud in some way, shape, or form, identity theft, crap like that, shit that's been put in our names probably. I don't know. I found another woman with my name in close to the area over where we were living. I was told by a man, a property that rented property in the other town that my husband and I lived in when we moved away from this place, just like, he told me that somebody had called behind me and used my name to continue to look at the property. And he just thought I should know. And I was like, well, that wasn't me. So please be on your P's and Q's. So it's interesting to me that that happened and we've still been going through. It doesn't even matter. I'm not trying to figure it out anymore. I'm just trying to move forward with my life. And that's where I've got the problem, because I'm not doing anything to you. Right? So it's becoming painfully fucking obvious to everybody else in this situation here that you're the one with a fucking issue. Sorry. I need to take a deep breath. Well, my daughter's dad is extremely dangerous. So anybody, well, dangerous because of what he's tied to. He's probably somebody that could easily have his ass kicked. But those motherfuckers think that they can just do whatever the fuck they want to do, and it's okay. They're in some club that makes it okay. Hey, what's up? Considering the isolation and the bullshit that I've been through this past year, and I don't know how many of the last years. Yeah. All right. So I just need to take a few deep breaths so I don't disclose all the information that I need to keep also to myself and also for legal purposes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, and so I feel like that's what this is too right now. It's making me look bad, make me look like an asshole, make me, you know, because it's time. The time crunch is it's here, right? So I don't know. He wanted to. There was this push to either have me locked away, my daughter locked up. This has been going on for the last year. If not both of us locked up, one of us, you know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. It's weird. It's uncomfortable. I'm freaked the fuck out by it. And, you know, I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to tolerate it. You know, I don't know what's going on and who these people are and why we're going through any of the shit that we've been through, but we have, right? So like whoever I rented from, I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy. Did I think he was going to do that? No, but it's like everything I've been through. You don't think that. When I was in the fucking hospital and I had to, you know, when I was in the hospital, I was fucking like, I've shared this with you guys. This motherfucker was ready to rip me off, take my money for fake insurance. I'm laying in a hospital bed. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. And then he cussed me out when I was like, really? And I was like, literally could barely talk. You know what I mean? And like felt proud about himself. Like felt like the best dude in the world. Now, it could have been AI. You know, I've been getting a lot of downloads about AI and the abuse these fuckers use AI for, and they think it's funny. You know, there's so much more that I know about this all that is not going, you're not going to have the pleasure of knowing that I know, number one. Number two, I'm pissed off. Yes. And I have every right to be mad, just like any other person that this shit has been done to. You're going to stop using religious undertones to terrorize me and act like a fuckface either. This ain't about Jesus. This is because you're a fucking dick. This isn't about Jesus, excuse me. Like, you know, and yeah, they want to get us mad. It's like, I'm not in the game. I'm not playing your game. I'm not in the, who's the biggest spiritual guru, blah, 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 fake pile of shit. I'm not in that game. I don't care if you haven't fucking noticed. Are you pew pew? Fear works against most people. Can we see your face? Yeah. Not right now. Not right now, y'all. Yeah, maybe later, I said. I'll put my face up, but like I literally got out of the shower, no makeup, hair's wet, I've been crying, so yeah. Not today. Not right now. I'm in the bed, you know. I pray that God heals whatever is wrong with this world, you know, every day in my life. I've been really upset, really hurt, really confused, really all the things that I've still tried to just keep going and be as positive as possible, no matter what. Right? But at this point, this is like next level. Like y'all all have gone way too far, or just, I feel like, you know, I don't know. I mean, it is what, I can't remember his name, but this shit cracked me up. He said we're in the karmic apocalypse, and that's the truth, y'all. I mean, I was downstairs and checked my mail, and I had been crying, and the lady gave me a hug and was like, I'm so sorry. You know, there is kindness still in the world. I was sobbing, and she just was like, I'm gonna hug you. I want to hug you. And oh my God. I let her and I hugged her, and you know, it was just so nice just to have like a hug, you know, and she said everything's going to be okay. Just, you know, keep your faith and in God and trust, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. But it's been really hard, you know, like the fact that you're going to be traveling Italy, but you can't pay your mortgage. Like, that's crazy. I mean, obviously, and they knew that before we even moved in here, because that was from July. So, what's going on with the money owed and stuff like that, that just doesn't even make sense. I don't know. You know, I'm not, stop, please. I've been disgusted with some of the behavior in regards to some of the spiritual community too, but it's not my place to, like, I'm not the spiritual community police, and I don't want to be. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to show up for life and be happy, be grateful. And that's, I guess that's where I fucked up, was trying to be grateful for life and to be alive and stuff. I guess everybody would have been happier if I just fucking died. So, whatever. I hate to sound like that, but I'm just so mad. I believe in Jesus. I'm saying this isn't about Jesus, and don't make it about Jesus. These people are coming across, the people that, okay, in Texas and North Carolina, these were people that had churches, and they were using Jesus to fuck with people, traffic people, do all kinds of shit. So I never said anything about not liking Jesus. Somebody made a comment about Jesus having to suffer. You are not God. You do not make other people suffer in the name of fucking Jesus. That's crazy, and that is terrorism. I'm not, you know, and so, anywho, that's crazy. I will not ever be that person. I'm not, that is cult shit too. Like, you know, like, if you like Jesus, go to church. Talk about it in church. Find yourself a church, and that's okay. Or talk about, I had my neighbor, my old neighbor was a Christian, and talked about Jesus, and we talked about Jesus together, man. I do not have a problem with Jesus. I grew up a Southern Baptist. But you're not going to use Jesus to fucking, as a form of a weapon in my life and in my household, to fucking control and fucking cause fraud and fucking misfortune in my life in the name of, this is the fucking walk Jesus had to walk. Fuck you. Fuck you extra hard. Because the ones saying that shit are the ones riding around in their fucking red fucking Range Rover. Proudly. Being a dick. Talking about Jesus had to suffer. Who the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? You're making other people suffer while you're driving around in flashy fucking expensive ass cars talking about Jesus had to suffer, bitch, so you do too? Get the fuck out of here. Sorry. Like, that shit has me so angry, and nobody, it's so okay. So what did I watch the other day? It was Will Ferrell. It cracked me the fuck up. I needed that laugh so much. Like, this shit has been so ridiculously intense. The energy has been so ridiculously intense. Like, it was so funny. He had a parrot on his shoulder. I don't know. I think it was Conan. You'll have to watch it. It was fucking hilarious. He had a parrot on his shoulder, and he was like, don't ask me about my personal life. Or the parrot, like he had it like in the notes, like for his, I guess his assistant told Conan not to ask him about the parrot. So he comes out with this parrot behind his on his shoulder. And so like he's like looking like, you know, hi, how you doing? Like talking to Conan, and you know, obviously his normal reaction would be like, what's up with the parrot, right? You know, but we can't talk about it. And it was so funny because it's like the shit that we're going through right now, it is too big to ignore, right? So what's going on right now is crazy, and it might not even be directed towards me. I have no way of knowing until I can find out if there was some kind of connection with phones, if they've been tapped in some way, shape, or form in regards to, you know, the people that were doing bad things to people in certain regards and things like that, right? So I don't know, you know. I do know I was living in Raleigh when I looked up that person and got this place. So, and they were not in Raleigh. I mean, not here. They had I think they were from Durham or in Durham. And that's the area that should happen. And that's why I'm freaked the fuck out, because I'm like, what's really going on? You already know. You know you are right. No need to. Yeah, I mean, I know. I think I am. So, because there's been shit like, I look to see, I look into everything. I need to do background, look into these people. I have like all 4 of the landlords who they are. I'm so like, so 4 people own this place and nobody can pay it. Nobody can pay the mortgage or the taxes. That's crazy. So I did look to see like the building because of the experience that we had in the past place. I didn't want to live in another apartment building. I'm freaked. So anybody that owns like major like apartment buildings right now, I would recommend staying the fuck away from them, especially, you know, if they are offering you deals that are sometimes too good to be true, or just whatever. I don't know, you know. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't enjoy getting attacked. And this is a platform too. So that's the part I think that that's where me talking about that skit with Will is funny, because I was like, oh my God, I get it. It's like, there's so much shit that you want to say, but you can't because you get attacked or fucked with. Like, you want to talk about your personal life? I'd like to, but do I want bullshit thrown at me? Not really. Yeah, I did. I signed a lease. They knew what was happening the whole time. Yeah, they did. They had me sign the lease after they had already gotten a foreclosure. The notice was started in July. I didn't move in here until I went through that crap in July over at those other apartments in Raleigh. So this shit's crazy. This shit's crazy. I get mama bear too, but I need to cool it. I don't, you know, I mean, like, it just makes me angry. It would be one thing if it wasn't just me, but it's me and my child and our little dog. It's all 3 of us. It's not just me. And so today, the first thing, because she needs peace and stability, and I need to be able to provide her that. And so ever since, you know, I feel like this weirdo that I was married to has been trying to do some fuck shit. You want me to be straight up? That's what I think. Whatever the fuck is going on in that situation with these people, and that, because what's the push? What's the push that's so hard right now to tear her away from me, or fuck with me in a situation, or what? That's been the MO over the last few months before we're divorced, or before I can officially get a divorce without you saying a fucking word, right? Because that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He probably is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The son it's like a supposedly it was a son. She sounded really young though. That's why I was like, it was like a younger man who supposedly they have a restaurant in Durham, and so I'm like, oh, you got a restaurant but you can't pay mortgages? Like, I don't know. So anyway, the people next door, yeah, see, I don't know enough about all this stuff. I have to start looking at start a bank account for escrow. And they probably did though, y'all, because this is weird. Anyway, the people next door, when I first moved in, there was a guy. I haven't seen him much. I don't know. So there was a guy next door. I pay attention to who is around me because what I've been through. Shit. You know, like I observe everything. I look into stuff. Like I am going to find out just to be, I just not like look into people creepy like that, but like I pay attention, right? So I mean, I've lived in properties where I've had to go get the deed on a fucking house. You think I'm playing? I rented an apartment one time where some shit went crazy to the point where when the stuff happened before in my past, and you know what the people at the courthouse told me, or the sheriff told me when I dealt with all that stuff? They were trying to do something fucked to me back then, and they said you're a smart girl. Then they were basically like, fucking, let me go, evicted me or something like that, or I got like an eviction even though I wasn't evicted. It was fucking crazy, man. It was a crazy situation. I feel like the same kind of thing. They were trying to do the same kind of thing to me back then, and like, I figured out some shit. I went down to the fucking, because all that stuff is public, right? Like to look at like a deed of a house, who owns a place, apartments, like you can look into all that shit. And so at the time I did, because I was freaked the fuck out. I want to know, because those apartments were also kind of like, well, some of them were rental properties, some of them were private owners. It wasn't just a whole apartment. So I had to look into who actually owned that actual apartment, and who was renting it. It was a rental property company, but they were renting it for some other people, right? So I got to the bottom of that one. I did. I'm sure that waved a red flag with my name too for a while, but I don't know, I just ultimately I wanted to be left the fuck alone anyway. So I need to woo-saw. I don't need to say anything else. It's just going to cause more drama. I'm so tired of the extra. Like, the extra bus can go fuck itself. I'm so over the extra. I needed that laugh, Will Ferrell. Thank you so much, sir. I doubt I'll ever hear this, but that was fucking hilarious. I about died in the kitchen the other morning. I saw that skit, and he was just sitting there with a parrot on his shoulder like, what do you mean the parrot on my shoulder? What? And he was like looking around like, and then he was like, the parrot's mad. He doesn't want to talk about anything, or we can't talk about him. But it was cute, but it was hilarious to me because it's kind of, I felt like it was a mockery of like the society that we're actually living in right now and the things that are going on. It's like, oh, these are all going on. It's all over the news. It's everywhere for everybody can see, but we're still not allowed to come out and really talk about it directly and some of it is because of, people, right? We don't know how people are going to react in situations or what they're going to do or behave or whatever. For me, this is just like, this is ridiculous. I'm not in a pick me game. I'm not in a game period. I honestly, I don't know. My YouTube channel, I have lost a lot of passion, I guess, for it, I would say. The way that some things have happened, in that regard, you know, have been disheartening and, you know, sad. Do I feel like some of it I was targeted by him? I don't know. That whole thing was weird. I don't even want to try to figure all of it out right now or go into what I believe or think about it, because again, like I said, there's stuff that I don't need to talk about online. Because we can't. In that sense, it's not worth extra drama for me, because I've already got enough on my plate. That's the point, you know. It's just like I'm already dealing with enough. That's why I'm sad today. So anyway, I looked into like who rented the property, or like the property rentals, like the companies that, like if you look, you can, you know, see, oh, well, such and such management owns that property over there and blah, 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 right? So all this shit blew up, and it just has me wondering, because we have these people here from Durham, and that whole fucking big old weird thing that happened in Durham recently with all those people. It's in Durham and Raleigh, but Durham mostly. And so these people over here, there's a management company, which I don't know who owns it, but like I know that those people, like, I mean, these things were like mega churches, bro. And that's why I got like a little aggro about that, because that's just crazy. Like, you were using Jesus to hurt people. Like, Jesus, oh, there is a special place in hell for you for that one. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yes, I believe in Jesus, and I love Jesus. And I think that that is crazy, and that I don't want to keep talking about that. It breaks my heart that that's the world we live in, though. You know, some people think that that's okay. So anyway, these people bought up a bunch of shit because they had all that money for however many years they were doing all that crazy shit, because it probably went on for quite a while, I said, or was going on for a while. These people were doing that shit. It just makes me wonder, because there's people that live here that are nice, but they haven't been like not nice. And it also makes me wonder, like, do people even know what they got themselves involved with, if that was the case too? So, right, because so many people are being gaslit the fuck up in situations about, especially, and spirituality was used as a fucking weapon or tool to do it. And so, you know, I noticed all these like rental signs in the back of their car because it was parked next to mine. I couldn't miss it. It wasn't like I was snooping, and they just popped up after this shit's happened and popped off here. And there've been like a whole apartment full of little people over there, people that weren't there. So, and it's the management company that rents that apartment. So to me, I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that, you know, if you add this, to connect this up to this one, that might mean there might be something going on right now, right? You know? And so maybe there's been a lot of that over the last few months in North Carolina. And so, if you're paying attention, you know, I don't know. It's scary. It is life, and it's sad. And I'm just tired of, why can't we just live life and be okay? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm angry. Yeah. I've had people pulling in front of my car trying to get me to ram into them. I've had people trying to ram into me. I've had all kinds of shit happen, y'all. It's been, there's shit I don't even say online. You know? Because what's the point? It gives them power. I learned to stop giving a fuck. until, you know, I'm forced to, when I'm forced into an emergency like now, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I don't give it the time and energy or power. You know, that's why they've tried to, you know, I just have my, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. It is boring. It's like we know, we see what you're doing. We see it. But I don't feel like, hey, it's just sad. It's just sad. I don't understand. I'm sad. I don't know why you would do that to somebody that is clearly you know, it's one of those things, like, I keep thinking about it today. If I can play the tape back and like remember, like, if I really think hard about his mannerisms and our conversation and stuff like that, like, he was real quick to, like, he was friendly. He definitely has the gift of gab. I mean, he was like a charming, nice young man. But he, I don't know, like, he didn't give me the vibe that he was going to rip me off, bro. That kind of fucked me up. But he did give me like an off thing that was like a little bit something I didn't understand about it, you know? There was something off about it a little bit. I don't know, y'all. I mean, laughing at it right now, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I just need to get to just, you know, I don't even know. I have a child. You know what I mean? She's a teenager, but she's still a child. She's actually, I feel like, because of some of the stuff that happened with her father and that whole situation, probably like not as mature as she should be for her age. Just probably because COVID stuff. You know what I mean? Like, having to be sheltered more in life than I was sheltered. You know what I mean? Like, we are living in a different day and time. And, you know, I know that I was a lot more grown up mentally at her age. But I was also forced to be. I mean, there was shit that I experienced and should not have been around, hanging around, doing, you know, when I was 14 and 15. So I'm grateful that she's not. But on the same token, like, you know, I've been trying really hard, y'all, like for a long time to just provide a normal, safe space for me and her. And I'm going to tell you, YouTube gave me that, you know, and in my situation, like what happened or what unfolded this past year, basically was confirming to me that the people that were coming after me or trying to attack me prior to my YouTube channel had something to do with this whole situation with my ex-husband, with all of it, you know, and it was geared to get me off YouTube. So I couldn't speak out, so I couldn't have a voice, so I could, and it wasn't like, I mean, the part that confuses me is like, and doesn't make any sense. I had moved on with my life. I wasn't coming for you. I didn't do anything to you in the fucking first place. And I was moving on with my life, not bothering you. But you couldn't fucking help yourself to keep coming for me. It doesn't make sense. Hey. Can you see me? Who is... I mean, here's me. I've been crying. I'm not showing my face at the moment, y'all. I've been crying, and yeah. I just feel like I look like shit. I don't have a migraine or anything, though. Thank God. But, like, like, this shit has been so next level. Special place in prison and hell, right? That's where you deserve to be. I don't know, you know. I feel like people are just people. Man, I don't even there's a lot of stuff in the world that people are blind to. That's the way I should put it. And I have unfortunately and fortunately experienced a lot in my life prior to all of this, that did give me, in a sense, a leg up with understanding and knowing what people will do and why they'll do it. I think it's funny when people that are unexperienced with that kind of shit get themselves into shit that they aren't as experienced in, with like street smart shit and stuff like that. And then they get them, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's important to have both. Now, the way that I ended up getting mine was probably not something that I would recommend. My mom kicked me out of her house when I was like 16, I think. I don't know. So, and I was already like up to no good. But, yeah, we'll just leave it there. I got my shit together at 23, 22. And like got like completely like sober, done partying, done drinking, you know. So there was that time period from 15 to that age where let's just say we had some fun. And I saw a lot of shit, did shit. Nothing like, you know, I didn't hurt anybody like that, but, you know, I mean, I don't know. That's for another day, maybe a book, okay? But I just wish that I had a lady from the levels is what I'm really confused about right now and upset about, and just trying to like really hold it together in that sense. We've had, and so I know it's a community issue. It's not just a personal issue, but where is this coming from? Like, is there some like channel that I'm not aware of on the TV? You know what I'm saying? I'm being a smartass right now, but I'm like, because where in the fuck is this weird shit coming from? And so there's a woman the other day she was wearing all blue, had a blue car. I mean, clothes blue, car blue, everything blue, right? And I guess it was like a Mason thing. And you know, I don't know. Like, I've been attacked by, and I think that's extremely wrong too. Whatever's going on here, like, I think that I'm not even going to go there with that. You know, because I don't think that, you know, I think that some people that involve themselves with, like, they get really into like what their partner is into or something like that. There's a lot of that going on, especially with some women that need to find their own identity. And I'm just going to keep it like 100 and that's it. No, she wasn't. She was a heavyset white woman in her 40s. I don't think she was a Crip. Like, she looked like somebody's, I'm not trying to be rude, you know what I mean? But she just looked like some, you know, country bumpkin, not a Crip. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know. So I was like, what is she repping for? What is she repping like that for? I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what does the blue mean? What is the blue? She was like, okay. She was actually like a courthouse worker. And that's the part that I thought was strange. Like, I think the authority is getting to people's heads that have some level of authority or something. Somebody's gassing them up, bro. Like, I'm telling you, this isn't even a big city. Why are you so gassed the fuck up? What are you gassed up on? Blue, black. What is that? Most heads of biker gangs look like CEOs. Black car hoods show it. Red truck, black hood, blue truck, black hood, etc. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. But she was like acting crazy. I went to go check my mail, and then I came back out to the car, and I parked in this spot that I see people parking in every day. And she was like, literally, like, I've had people coming at me trying to elicit responses or doing weird crap. And it's just like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. But like, I'm at a point with all this stuff before that was part of the reason when I lived here before, like, I didn't even like to leave my house at one point in time. But I do believe, like, the more I dig into some of this stuff, it has to do with other illegal shit that people are trying to get away with. You know, taking over identities, taking over people's lives, businesses, ECT. Fuck you, we're going to bully you in your house so you can't figure it out until it's too late, bitch. Fuck you. Y'all are crazy. And yes, she might have looked like she ate me for lunch, but I knew she couldn't eat me for lunch. And I told her to F off. I said, this is crazy. I asked her what her problem was. I was like, why are you being so rude? Why are you so angry? She said, and she acted like she couldn't. I parked and it was too close to the edge of an entrance. And I guess I parked for a second. I came back out, light vibe, feeling good, in a good mood, just normal day. Middle of the afternoon, it felt really nice out, right? So getting back in the car, she pulls up and is just creeping behind, and then looks at me and is like, oh, yeah, you're parked illegally. Like, acting like her little passport couldn't get into the parking lot or the driveway. And I was like, okay, but you can still park. And I obviously just parked here for a second, and I'm sorry. Or you can still get in the driveway. I'm not blocking it. And just like attacked me and said, fuck you, bitch. Like, just kept going with it, like went off. And then, like, I ignored it all for a couple of days, but she wanted me to fight with her. She even had another girl out there. I think it was like 2 days later. I just ignored it all. Like, it was like, and they were just sitting there, like, having their little, like, she was scared, I guess, stand out there by herself, or wanted somebody else out there, or I don't know. I just you know what I do? I take a picture of the license plate. If I ever have a problem with you again, bitch, I'm just going to call the police. I'm done with it. I'm not playing your game anymore. Or I'll just keep it. You know what I mean? For my own personal, if I need it ever again. If you're an issue and you want to harm me or something, I've got some sort of way to identify you. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to play your stupid game. I've tried to ignore all of it to the best of my ability, and I've been really, really, honestly, like, really, really doing that and doing a really good job of that. But I've been met with a lot of adversity anyway. What's up, Mike? What's up, party? I'm from Dallas originally, Arlington, but I've lived in North Carolina for a long time. Most of my life. Oh, so I don't know, I mean, I don't know if it's a political thing, because everybody's so crazy. Like, okay, like, that's the part that's got me a little, it's been, I don't know. I don't know. If this is a political statement, and I don't understand why that's your only identity. Oh, I feel like shit right now. I got targeted because of business and money. Yeah, I mean, it's always about something, right? Like, that's the thing about, like, my whole situation is, like, I know good and goddamn well that it's not over nothing. But, in due time, y'all, in due time, I'm not going to drive myself crazy over it. I got enough to worry about. But that's why, you know, I feel like that's why we've been pushed and fucked with the way that we have, like we have. I mean, it only makes sense. But like I said before, I also feel like it's like an identity, like a literal identity thing too. Identity theft thing going on here with people too. Or there has been. Yeah. My targeting has DHS and feds involved in it, and target using court system as well as physical attacks. Yeah. I mean, there's like a few different reasons probably, I feel like, but I don't want to continue to put myself in any type of uncomfortable energy, because I feel like when I mean, you guys heard me crying recently. Like, we've been fucked with just being here. Like, and I don't know, again, like I said, if it's an energy thing or if it's a me personally thing. And if it's a me personally thing, then somebody's not telling me what I did to anybody personally, because I'd sure fucking like to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, make that make sense for me, please, because I missed that memo. You've been in court for every month for 9 years straight. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. And my thing is too, like, if you attack people and you do things to people and people, or you're fucking with somebody, and then their reaction and natural response is to get help, you have no fucking right to be angry with anybody. Come on. Stop that shit. It's time to stop that shit. We aren't out here fucking abusing people and getting mad because they fucking try to help themselves. What is that? Co-Intel Pro started with J. Edgar Hoover? What is that? What is Co-Intel? If you're out here doing crazy shit to people, you can't be mad at anybody but yourself. Seriously. You cannot be mad at anybody but yourself. Hey. Because I feel like shit. I've been crying today. I don't know. I don't want to put my face on there right now. I don't have any makeup on. I've been crying, and I feel like I don't look good when I cry. I don't know. I don't like the way I look when I cry. Or my face. I get splotchy and just like, I don't know. I don't think I need to explain it. I've had a shitty day. It's all right. It sucks though, you know? Like, I'm a lover, not a fighter. That's the part that has me mad about all this stuff. I'd like to just walk out my door and get along with everybody. I don't like all this unnecessary. And that's just how people are though right now. There's so much going on in the world that some people are just like on aggro on 10 just cuz they're so stressed out and they want somebody else to take it on. So that's the thought that I had too about that woman in the car. I was the other day, I was like, I don't even know. Some of the stuff, it's like, is it projected towards you, or are people just pissed off? They're so mad and frustrated and they just want somebody to fucking lash out on. You know, I could have like triggered her. Maybe I look better than her and she fucking wanted to flip out. Like, you know, I don't know. You know, shit like that. I don't know. I've had somebody that I thought was a friend's wife fucking cuss me out recently because I think she thought I wanted her husband. That shit was crazy. Just because I talked to him. Like, people, like, I think, number one, I don't know, you know, and I didn't want to say anything about any of it because I had respect for that man, so I just left it alone. People are just fucking crazy and want somebody to flip out on sometimes because they're pissed off about themselves or their own life or whatever. I don't know. And people, if you look good, sometimes if you look good, you just trigger the shit out of people because you're looking good. Like, I've noticed that too. I'm old, fat, and ugly and crippled, but I don't care what people say about me. Yeah. People think other people have no feelings. Right. Thank you for telling me. You hope I feel better. Good evening. What's up, Joseph? Hello? Yeah, we'll be realistic. Well, be realistic. You can't. That should hurt my feelings though too, because it's like and I genuinely wanted to be that woman's friend, but she was rude to me every time I even saw her. But it's probably because of like their own personal issues in their own relationships and stuff like that. But like people are people, man. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're nice to some people, but there's a difference between the nice right now or the mean hatred, and then there's like the other thing, the demon you can see on people. Yeah, she was, and that was, I'm not knocking her for, I liked her, and I still like her. I'm upset about it, and that's how I look at it. There was something else going on that you know what I mean, and whatever. That's why I said I'm not going to engage. But it was a situation that hurt my feelings, and I relate it to, it's like people look at you and they think because you might look a certain way that you're this way, or somebody said something about you that makes them think something about you. That's probably what that was. But yeah. Right. It could be something where you never know. You know, people just have their own personal issues and in life, and we instead of doing the inner work, we take it out on other people, or other people take it out. And that's what my channel, I've tried to do, is like with myself. It's been my own personal journey, and like my journey with my Scorpio family, to help us like learn how to just be better, do better. But you know, every day is not going to be a bowl of roses. And the part that's got me fucked up is these people out here that try to pretend like they're spiritual gurus, but they're fucking doing some other shit that we are not even gonna talk about, y'all. It's like, whoa, woo, what in the fuck is really going on here? You know, or Jesus, or any of it. Like, that wasn't what Jesus was about. That wasn't what any of that's about. You missed the whole point there. I will say, in this whole conversation that people are having right now about, like, you know, being awake and awoke and the political stuff, I don't like to get in all, because it does get that crazy, man. You know, people start wars over politics and religion, and I'm not trying to be at war with anything. I want to be at peace with people and myself. And you know, I don't like any of that stuff. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I wish people were nicer too. I pray every day, though. I don't know. I'm just sad right now. I don't even want to look at myself. Not that I hate, you know what I mean? I just, like, it makes me sad to look at myself when I'm this sad. Because you can see it in my face. My skin looks like it sucks the life out of you. And that is the point. Yeah, life is hard. I understand that. Somebody got their fucking energy suck on today. You fucking POS. Like, just kidding. But kidding, not kidding. Eat some ice cream. What if I had some? What's up? Hi. We're just hanging out. Let them try that with you. What? I don't even hang out with anyone anymore because everyone is in balance. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, what's my new favorite ice cream? Is it hold on, let me Google it. Hold on, it's so good. They had a place in Raleigh. This shit was expensive as fuck, but let me tell you, that was the best ice cream, and they had dairy free. Oh my God. Hold on, what was it called? Ice cream. In Raleigh. TPOB. USA. Clipper stuff. Yeah, I miss like cutting hair, but I don't, you know, whew, what in the world? I don't want to get into that. What's going on here? I don't miss getting sick every... All right, so... Where is it at? Oh my God. I can't find it. I need to be happy. I know. I'd like to be. I'd like to be like, you know, I don't know. Can I have somebody else's? I don't want anybody else's life. I want my life. I just want it to be, you know, more consistently better for a little while. I'm grateful for, as crazy as it sounds, like all this shit has been really crap and crappy. Sure, send me money. Anyway, I think it starts with an E. I can't find it right now. Hold on, let me do ice cream brands, because they sell it at Harris Teeter and Target. Jenny's. Jeni. Jenny's. Have y'all had Jenny's before? Holy shit, that's some good ice cream. I didn't feel bad about eating it. Shit was delicious. I had their dairy-free lemon bar. If you haven't had it, holy smokes. Oh my God, it was so good. How much money do I need? Well, right now, a lot. Eat more. You gotta go. Where are you going, Arabella? Off to get some ice cream? Bring us back some ice cream, boo. Okay. From Columbus, Ohio. Dana, why does that name sound familiar? Have I given you a reading before? Bye. I feel like I've given you a reading before or something. Maybe not. What's up? Y'all, so also like when you, I don't know, I feel like energetically there could be so much crazy going on in the world right now too, or just crazy. Like people need to be, these people out here doing crazy need to be careful, because just cool it. Just chill the fuck out for a little while, y'all, or just forever. There's too much going on to be doing stupid shit. Get your life together. Everybody needs a wake up call, you know? Let me tell you something. Like, I pray a lot. And throughout all this stuff, there have been people throughout some of my journey that, you know, I get upset and I get hurt. And I'm like, Lord, why, you know, why? I felt like this person was such a good person, or I had such a good feeling about this person and their heart and who they were, but they're behaving this way, or they're hanging out with these people, or they're doing this. Why? And it's like, you have to let people, that's the part that is like about, like, for me, in regards to like letting people stay on their own spiritual path or journey. That's been hard, in a sense where it's like, you can't, for me, God will show me, like, I guess the one thing, they'll show me if somebody just doesn't know any better or is going to be better. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to describe this or articulate it the correct way, but for me, in prayer, when I've had issues with people sometimes and I'm angry and upset, if I feel like, you know, I have a question in my mind about like being hurt, and how could this person act that way, or how could this person do this or be this way, I've been shown that certain individuals are on their path and will get there one day, right? Because we're all on a different timeline in that sense, you know? We're all at our own pace. And so not everybody, it's not a race, and not everybody's going to get there at the same time. And that's where coming together plays a bigger part. I feel like the coming together, the unity, and with just people as a whole, you know, needs to be a thing, right? But we shouldn't be scared to leave our houses and live lives and just be normal either, you know? That's crazy. That's whole next level. But for me, that's the message. If you're taking anything from this conversation. Jenny's ice cream is from Columbus? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? You know, and sometimes I just don't say anything. And it's like, you know, I say that silent prayer, like, God, please help that person's soul. Please tell them somehow that I love them, and in a way that's not like I love them like I love you, I'm in love with you, but like I love you like I have love for you as a person, somebody that has a soul, and somebody that, you know, has the potential to be great. What's up? We all fuck up, right? So whoever got the perfect badge in life is like, that's crazy. So there's a difference between like, just, I guess I was talking about the whole like going through, you know, being on a spiritual journey, I've just tried to share mine and help other Scorpios learn how to not, you know, for me, I felt like a lot of things that happened in my life when I was younger, you know, I wish I had the knowledge that I had now, because I could have done so much better in life. And so for me, just the few years that I've been on YouTube, seeing other readers or people, or just even like younger people in general in society, or even on YouTube posting and talking about things that are talking, or they're saying things that have to do with self-transformation and becoming a better version of themselves. That's what makes the struggle worth it, I guess, you know, or makes me feel like I've accomplished something. It's like, well, I guess it's not all in vain, you know. I do have, I've had several moments, or just like even people telling me when I was doing more personal readings, like, you helped me so much, and I've had to take the comments down, you know, because of crazy this past year, and haven't had as much, you know, conversation with you guys. And so that element of the readings was gone for me. So there is a disconnect in that sense. I got a lot of gratification and satisfaction prior to just knowing that, you know, I was helping somebody through something challenging, because that's why I even found readings on YouTube. I was going through some painful shit, and I just happened to find it on YouTube one day, and I was like, oh wow, that fucking made me feel great, right? It was an energy exchange. It was a message. It was, even if it was a message that like, maybe it didn't make sense for my life or something, but it still gave me hope, right? And hope is something that is so important, right? So, and direction. But yes, like, I feel when you start going down certain rabbit holes or doing certain things, right, you put yourself at risk for being unnecessarily attacked sometimes too. And in that sense, right? So, but there's ways to just like not even paid any attention, bots and all kinds of crap, you know. It's just, so that's where I've gotten with all that this past year. It's not worth all of the attention. It's just, it's not worth your attention, I guess I should say, right? So in the bigger picture, right? So it's nice to be able to help people to understand that, right? And help people help themselves, where, you know, I feel like, yes, this experience has made me, prior to it, whether you guys would like to believe it or not, like, I was somebody that would not ask for help. So that's why I think that this shit is funny in a sense too. I can look at it like, what the fuck? It's like been flipped in my life, where I've had to ask for help over and over again, but because I never asked for help before. I was conditioned from a young age to never ask for help. And then I was on my own, and I just never asked for help. I always did shit on my own. I didn't even ask my kid's father for child support. The dude is like in the hole like $17,000. Isn't going to give it. I don't ask for it. And for whatever reason, the court doesn't want to make him pay for it or do it. He always gets out of it, but that's another story, right? So, oh, it's another frustration of mine. Like, really, people like that get to get away with just not paying their child support, and that's legal? Okay. Okay. So, anyway, I'm not even, if you know, you know, and that's all I need to say. Like Will Ferrell, I'm gonna fucking hang out with a damn parrot on my shoulder. The silly sausage, roast me, I need humbling. I don't know who you are. Thank you. You have a good day. Or a good night and a better day tomorrow too. Or a good day. You're a Jew. Okay. I like Jewish people. My grandfather, well, I am not hereditary. I have a Jewish last name. My maiden name was Jewish, but I'm not Jewish. My dad was adopted. His mom married a man and he adopted him. He was a good man. So we're not going to talk shit about Jews. Okay? There was no reading. We're just hanging out. Just hanging out. Just hanging out. I went off on somebody about like religious holier than thou shit, and I'm sorry that I did that. Not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It needs to be said, but sorry I got so upset about it. It's gotten ridiculous. You know, if becoming an extremist with a religion is just like, you've got to really, I feel like pray, like just ask God to help you. And if you're doing, you know, because, and I don't want to even go down that rabbit hole either on the internet. We're not going to. We're not, because that's not what my channel is about. Like I said, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Y'all are trying to make me fight, and that's fucked up. Well, we've been talking about ice cream, Jesus, kittens, Jewish people. I'm just kidding. Resonates. I don't know, guys. So I don't know. It's just, what in the heck? I feel like we have definitely gone through the karmic apocalypse, and nobody's allowed to talk about it. Okay. It was weird. I went to the park the other day, and that's what I said. Like, I saw, like, there was just like a bunch of old people. Nothing wrong with old people. I like old people, but there was just like a bunch of old people in the park wearing red and blue. And I just thought it was strange that, like, there aren't like kids. I don't know. There was just no kids out, no nothing. It was just like a bunch of old people. I love Jesus too. There's something wrong with the energy right now in that regard that's just off to me. I love old people. I like people. Just any people. Good people, you know? But like, that's why I was like, I guess, I don't know if it was like is this a political statement? Like, what's going on with y'all? What's going on with all the red and blue here? Are people just that hardcore about politics here where I'm living? Or what's going on? Did you know buffalo is a grammatically correct sentence? Okay. I do not know. Yeah, rest in peace. But we're not turning my channel into a political thing. I am sad that happened. I don't want anybody to die, you know, period. Especially because of politics and stuff, man. That's crazy. He's not political. I don't get on social media, y'all, so I don't even know who he is, really. I just saw it in the news yesterday. Like, he just talks, nothing political. Yeah, I don't know who he was, because I don't get on social media. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't have any of them. The only thing I get on is YouTube, because I just that's my thing. So I'm like out of touch in that sense. So I don't really know, you know. And did you know that the odds of a baseball fan getting hit by a baseball is no, that's crazy. No, I think it's sad for sure. That's insane what happened. It's really sad. But that's what I'm saying. I think that there's so much going on that in the world that people, there's misdirected. It's misdirected. There's not enough that, number one, that there's just a lot of craps going on, and it's sad, period. That's what I was trying to talk to my child about too. It's the whole, because, obviously young people are going to be way more in social media, and she knew about who he was and kept saying stuff about it. And I was like, I don't know, she's, I guess, because they're all talking about it. Everybody on social media is talking about it all. And it's how do you talk to your child about that? It is traumatic, right? So and sad. And try to explain to her that, it's not appropriate to say that it's a happy thing. You know what I mean? That's we shouldn't be teaching our children that, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. Because that's saying that, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't like to talk about that stuff because I'm not going down rabbit holes. I learned that when I was doing hair, because you piss off people, and I'm not trying to do that. That's not my thing. I'm not on a team in that sense. I like people. And all I know is what I've heard in the last couple of days, right? So I'm not in touch with who he was or anything like that, The original Coke recipe was sold for $6, and then the creator died of drug abuse in the 1920s. Oh, that's sad. Is it a joke? I didn't get it. I'm a little slow. Sorry. Hey. I don't know. I just got on here to hang out and talk with you guys. Tell me something good. I don't know. What's up? I'm okay. I'm trying to not think about it for the moment, but at the moment I've got a lot to figure out again, and I'm stressed out about it and worried and upset. And yeah, the biggest thing is, my kid's taking a nap right now, thank God, but I'm tired of her being worried. We don't deserve this anymore. We don't. We have, today I got a notice on my door that was foreclosure. So apparently, if you follow me, I just moved because of the crazy stuff that happened in Raleigh, and we moved into a place where they have been taking our money and not paying the mortgage. So we got that paperwork today. And they knew that before we even moved in here. Oh. I don't know I don't own this place, so I don't even know. You know what I mean? It's not my property, so it's not up to me to settle that dispute. I have to get an attorney and try to deal with it all now. And yeah, so I don't know. On top of other things, my divorce. I want to get a divorce now. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I just have cried myself to I've cried more. I thought I had cried a lot until that happened today. And then, yeah. Oh. Do I what? Did you know that the Domino's logo has 3 dots, as when they designed it, they had 3 restaurants also in Feel Bad? Yeah. I don't know, y'all. So, I miss meeting people organically right now, y'all. I feel like I've been stunted in that sense with some of the stuff that I've had to deal with this past year. I hate not, I like people. So that was my thing about like cutting hair. I love people. It was kind of just so I could hang around people, you know? I love being around people. I like people. That's why I got on YouTube, because when I was at home through COVID, I didn't want to be, I wanted to connect, you know? So, I'm a Scorpio. I like the good and the bad, just not the really bad. I love this. Yeah. I feel like, you know, I don't understand, y'all. I don't understand. I think it's because like I have tried to, honestly, you want my personal opinion? I think too many people had their hands in the pot of doing fucked up shit to me and my child. And so anytime I tried to voice any type of response in regards to protecting myself or doing something, there's so much paranoia behind all of it that like I get attacked. It is what it is. And then this past year, this all was from the fucking divorce, fucking whatever the fuck crazy plan was with all that crap with those weirdos. Yeah. And their agenda with what they wanted to, you know, I don't know, including, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit on here and tell you all of it. I'm not, because I don't know who's watching me. Did you know if you ate? Would I? What's up? Oh my gosh. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. I like that. See, that makes me feel good, because some days I'm like, I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore, you know? I've overcame so many things in life, y'all. That's the part that's made me so sad about all this, is like, you don't even know. Like, I went through some shit when I was younger, and by the time I was in my early 20s, I decided, like, I remember praying, and God was like, I just remember showing me that, like, if you don't get your shit together, you're not gonna make it, you know? And I wanted a family, and I wanted my, you know, ever since I was a little girl, I just wanted a family. I didn't come from a family that really loved me. I think I've shared that, and my dad did, but he was always at work, and I'm so glad. Oh, that's awesome. You're 40 and you have a 7-year-old son. You were struggling for 20 years. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you, man. That's awesome. And you have him back. Oh. See, that's what that you made me cry. I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. Cry you a river. Oh. I'm crying tears of joy, you know, but I think you're a bot, so bye-bye. Or bye with your bot behavior. My new phrase is, I love you like your mama should have. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, that was my thing. I got bot detected. I went through so much when I was like oh my God. When I was younger, and I just remember, like, you know, I wanted a family. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to have that if I went down the path that I was going. But then, you know, it's like I had more to learn on my spiritual journey because everybody has different ones, and ended up linking up with the wrong person. But had I not met that person, I wouldn't have my daughter, right? And well, that didn't work out, obviously, and just life happened, and other things happened, and life just, you know, things happened in my life. I struggled with, I didn't, you know, I was I don't know, you know, had my own single mom struggles, but I've always tried to, like, you know, I think because of what I went through at a young age, make sure that I was, like, you know, trying to do something, be better, and give my daughter a better life than I had. And it was hard to do because of some of the challenges that I was met with, you know, and I ended up, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I've been trying to break a generational curse that is fucking deep, y'all. Like my mama wanted to fight me for that shit. That was crazy. And other things. Like, but that's a whole demon, and I know that. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. So but, you know, I know that in my heart of hearts that it's like, you know, I'm glad that I helped you, and that it makes me feel like I'm not just doing this for nothing. Oh. Because I don't want to show my face because I've been crying. It's me, I promise. And I don't have any makeup on, and I'm laying in the bed. My head looks crazy. Oh, probably need to brush my hair. See, it's all wet, or sort of wet, damp. It is a nice ceiling, right? Anyway. Well, all I ever wanted was to be a good mom, and I know that, like, looking back at situations, we can look at them, and for me, the cancer is what helped me really get a different perspective in regards to life and people and things too, right? So it taught me how to look at everything a lot differently because it was more about survival at that point, right? And healing and learning what was important to hold on to and what was important to let go of. And that's my frustration in normal life now. It's like, At any moment we could go, and we spend so much time fucking like obsessed with stuff or angry about stuff that like, does it even really matter? Like, why are we fighting over this? Why are we doing this? Why are you you know what I mean? So I just, I don't know. It woke me up, I think, to a lot in that regard, and just what's worth the fight and what's not. But with people, I don't know. It's weird to me that, like, if you notice in your own personal journey or just life, like trying to do better, like a year sober, getting your son back, doing things like that, right? How people can treat you differently or treat you like shit because some people, because they're not willing to do the work on themselves, get mad and they fucking get mad and treat you. Does anybody have that experience? They get mad and like lose it on you. Like, cannot fucking take it. Booty hunter. So, another asshole. Please get him off here. How do I do this? I'm not going to even go there because that's the point. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's all I can do. I'm just mind blown. I'm scared. I don't know. I'm trying not to give that power either. There's a lot that doesn't deserve power. There's a lot of residual too right now going on that does not deserve power either, energetically, it just doesn't. I think that I'm probably gonna have to go because I'm running out of things to say. Let's see. I don't even like to call myself that because it sets you up as you call yourself an earth angel, you're gonna get fucking people trying to fucking lose it on you. Oh my god. That's my dog. She thinks she's an angel. She must die. Oh my god, the audacity of that bitch. God. It's okay, I'm just kidding. I know. If people really knew too, that's the part that makes me upset, is that I pray for so many people, even people that I know in my heart of hearts that have like done like the worst and probably have a full demon on them. Like, I will look at them and look and find something beautiful about that person. I promise you. That's a Scorpio in me. I will find something beautiful about that person that I can look at and say, there's a light still somewhere. There's something beautiful, or there was something beautiful about that child, that baby that still needs to be healed inside, right? And recognize that even in the ugliest person, right? So, or the meanest person, or the most fucked up. Now, some people, the ones I'm talking about, that you just can't understand why they would do stuff like that. I mean, my prayer goes to what happened to them when they were children, or what happened to them that pushed them to the point of feeling like that's what they had to resort to. I did. Awesome. I'm just sick of not being able to celebrate life. Like, I didn't survive cancer to struggle like this. I mean, obviously, life isn't easy, but like, I don't remember having this hard of a time, you know? And I do remember going through the surgery, one of the last surgeries that I went through. My kid's father said, "Oh, nothing can kill you." Like, the motherfucker had been trying, right? Well, little did I know he probably had been. And so, you know, it just, he said that and was being a dick and has just tried to, like, it's just been a relentless, ridiculous fucking mess, you know, that just has been unnecessary with people that should have had no business, you know. But at the same time, it's like, how can I, yeah, you know, I've had some horrible stuff happen with family being like the biggest part of the hurt in that whole situation, including just, you know, family in regards to just my kid, like her dad, you know, that's family still, even though I'm not with him. So life is not easy. It's not, you know. I don't know. I pray for you know, a better day, a better life. Yeah. I just don't remember, like, when that lady hugged me today, like, it occurred, this is my life, though, the last year, and that's what's sad. It's like, I worked, so all I did was work. Like, all I did was, or if I wasn't work, you know what I mean? It was like work, or, you know, I've been stressing about either ever since the separation with my husband and that whole, whatever in the hell that was, right? Like, that crazy situation, having to get away from that, and being the assault and whatever the heck that was. I had to, like, immediately go into fight or flight mode, right? Because I had to take care of all the responsibilities on my own, you know. And so, like, without him, and it was like, it took me from, I wasn't living in a one person household anymore. It was, you know, a home that people should be paying, more than one person had to pay for, you know what I mean? So, and I had to move, and it was just, find somewhere else, and maintain still, like, I didn't get, like, knocked off, and I made that happen, and I'm grateful. But at the same time, it was really hard, you know, like, everything we experienced this past year has been hard. And so I haven't had time, like, when that lady gave me a hug today, and I met one of my neighbors who was super nice, and, you know, same thing, you know, just the challenges and stuff that's gone on, like, you know, just the kindness, and, like, just a random hug, man. Like, I just, I don't know, like, it's like, man, like, I'm an affectionate person, so, like, when I don't have, like, love and affection or touch, like, I needed to take time off to heal. Like, celibacy has been good for me, taking time off to heal from being separated from my husband, and the proper healing, like, in regards to getting involved in a romantic connection with somebody else and being a good partner. Yes, I did that, right, but I miss, like, the Hold on. My daughter. I miss the whole, like, you know, the touch. I feel like, you know, I feel like an abused animal. like I just need a hug. God damn. Like, why is that so bad? The fuck? Hold on, I missed the combo. What'd you say? I never knew Ceiling could talk. What up? You got ice? Oh, you're back. You got ice. Ice cream? Hold up. For me, what kind? What kind did you get? Now you make me want to go get some ice cream, even though I'm looking thick. I don't need any more ice cream probably right now. I got a little junk in the trunk. I'm not talking. I'm just kidding though, you know. I'm just kidding. Hello. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Feeling like I want to take a shower. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I just needed to stop crying earlier. I was way too upset, so thanks for getting on here with me and chatting and hanging out, y'all. I'm still kind of blown away. Probably gonna delete this because God, I probably should delete the other one, but what the fuck? I don't even care about cussing. It's just like the part about it that sucks is to know that, like, if you take yourself out of like the emotion, the part that makes me frustrated, and that's why I was crying, is the people that do shit like this. The fact that they are so shitty, they don't care. Like, the demon inside them literally does not give a flying fuck if you live or die, right? So, and they actually think it's funny. That's the part that makes me sad and upset, is that these people think that behavior is funny and okay, and they want you to die. That's a whole nother level of devil that I've never seen or experienced in my life, and I hope that I never have to ever again, or continue to have to, you know. But I don't know, you know, it's kind of been a little scary lately. And I know it's not just me in my life. You brought ice cream? What kind did you get? You didn't tell me still. You're praying for hugs. No hugs in 3 years? Oh my God. That's not good. I just feel like I've been through a whole nother COVID isolation other than work, if you know what I'm saying. Like, that's how my life has been. When I've been able to work, I've had no life other than that. So, not been able to, like, it just, and then coming out of like chemo and going straight into like the whole, I don't know, like, even looking back at like the situation that I was in, I know that this person tried to paint a picture of me that was not true at all. And it doesn't even matter because we all see who he ended up being anyway. But my daughter was like, he was never even nice to you, really. Like throwing money at you is one thing, but he wasn't even nice. And come to find out now that probably, I don't even know whose money that was. So, God. Yeah, he does, bro. Anybody involved, seriously, this is retarded, ridiculous. Energetically, like, it's just, oh, I was talking to my friend that is a I consider her, I guess I would say, my spiritual advisor, and she was talking about, seeing it like, like when you're meditating, like the energy, visualizing that person, the energy there, that residual energy, or the energy that person, because what it is an energetic cord. When this stuff happens, it's like, because you're not thinking about that person, you're moving on, you're moving forward with your life, so they're attaching an energetic cord to you, right, with this energy, in regards to, they can't have you in their life anymore, or they can't affect you anymore. So if they can affect you in that way, there's the energy, there's that cord attached to that person's energy. So it kind of sucks in that sense. So that's why I'm trying to hurry up and do the divorce, like, now. I mean, I only have a couple more weeks anyway until I can legally do it. So this was only the push that I needed to make that happen, like, now. And it's been past time. So we're not subjected to anything else by this group of, and I feel like, I mean, at this level, I kind of feel like you're allowed to call it terrorism in a sense, or something. It's not normal. Behaving like that, and oof. I don't know. I don't want to think about that right now. I got bigger fish to fry. It's like one thing at a time here. And that, like, handling it without having to cause a bunch of extra stress too at the same time. That's the key, right? Jesus. Right? We need to. Bless you too. I know. I'm not letting that, like, eat my lunch. That was really shitty though, and fucked up. It's like a bunch of cruel people thought that was gonna be funny and cool to do. That's some psychotic shit. That's like, every single one of you needs, like, to get some help, for real. I haven't even spoke to him since the divorce, y'all. Not one word. So I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, when I say I'm done, I'm done. I'm done. Like, you fuck me over and you hurt me like that, I'm done. Like, I am done. Or you can, do something really, no. There's, like, this situation that you went extra overboard here with the done son. Like, oh my God. This person burned a bridge with no intention of ever coming back. That was for sure. Yeah, at one point I saw him going off on YouTube about me being all this crap that it was a series of events where it was literally somebody was trying to like he was trying to trigger me. He was trying to do things. He was trying to, it was like, it was too, like, if I play the tape back, all of it was real. It's really obvious now that it was a certain kind of a situation and something different was going on, or something was going on that shouldn't have been going on, involving, you know, people and this particular group that had whatever ran, you know. I don't want to try to. I'm not even going to talk about that online right now. I haven't talked to him since it all happened. I know. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. You know, it was like one of those things where I survived cancer and had already had my heart broken. Yeah. I'll be done in a minute, babe. I survived cancer and already had my heart broken, and you know, I fell in love with somebody that wasn't able to love me, and ended up in a situation that just was bad, you know, afterwards, because I was vulnerable, I think, you know, and I was scared. I was going through chemo. I wanted to live again, and was excited to have the chance to continue to try to do that, you know. So I just was like, fuck it. I just almost died. I mean, that changes your state of mind, you know. So I know that I can't beat myself up forever, but it's like been past time for all of it to stop, though. At this point, this is truly sick and sad, you know. Yeah. 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 Who, me? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I just wish, I felt like life would be a lot easier if I didn't know how to love, you know? But that's not me. I got way too big of a heart, and that's what fucks me up. So it's all good. I've loved a lot of people that probably didn't deserve it, so ever. Or appreciate it. So, but you live and learn, right? And so not everybody is bad, and I do know that, and not everybody is I don't know. We all have our own lives to live and learn, right? So I would probably hug. If my biggest enemy, I don't know, you never know, right? You know what I mean? If I could pinpoint it, if I don't, I was gonna say, would probably be my kid's father, but like, I like he could cry in front of me, but I know that he's so dead and gone emotionally that like there's nothing that would convince me that he was like genuine, sincere about any sort of apology or change or anything in his life or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type of person that literally you could say just about anything, right? And as long as you were coming to me with some sort of sincere, genuine emotion, energy, if I could tell that you really meant it, you know what I mean? So just the admittance of whatever, I don't know, like I'm just raw. So I understand what it's like to be, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I've not always been perfect. I've made my own mistakes in life. We are all human. That's why I don't know. But like, would I rent an apartment to somebody knowing that I was going through, it was being foreclosed, and feel good about myself doing that? Like a woman and her daughter? No, that's horrible. That's horrible. There's some levels of some stuff I'm like, I don't understand that, why you would do that. I mean, but like an explanation would be great. You know, like but I think there's like I was saying, there's a lot more that's been going on too that doesn't, I don't even know, you know. I feel like the last month or a few months in the world has been really crazy too anyway. I think it's not even about like, I don't mean giving. What do you mean giving? Your heart and time and energy to people that are undeserving and then they don't give a shit. Yeah. Potatoes. Didn't you just have ice cream? I don't know, y'all. I'm still upset about this shit. I'm still upset. I don't understand. I don't understand. God. I just don't get it. Like I could get it if I was like this horrible person and I'm out here just doing god awful shit to people. Like, but I'm not. That's the part that has me fucked up and has for a while. You know. But okay. It isn't even about that anymore. The experience that I had over in the other apartments, that was weird. So when I called like Raleigh, like when I called the clerk of courts there to find out about everything, they were telling me that there were, like I said before, thousands of people going through that, and I was like, oh God, okay, you know, there. And so what's interesting was that, like, even though we're not there, they haven't even rented out that apartment again. The camera's still in there plugged up. Like, I don't know how, because the power's turned off in my name there, but I don't know. I'll just say it's fucking weird, bro. It's really weird. Whole thing was a really weird experience. I never saw like a lot of there was only a couple people that lived there that I saw that were the same the whole time I lived there, and it was a rather large building. It was really empty. You would feel really, really tired and drained. The maintenance people would make you feel uncomfortable, and they would give you like that stone cold, really scary, like mean look. And like my daughter was like, "You're just being," when it, you know, she's used to the rudeness, I think, because of her dad, but like there's just a different like look with some people. It was definitely very fucking weird. Anyway, there's just a lot. I would notice somebody like checking all the mailboxes. I'm like, nobody should be checking anybody else's mailboxes. Different people that like weren't supposed to be, I don't know, going into different there was, I mean, I didn't want to say that shit when I was there, but there was some shit going on that was weird. And not just people going in and out of people's apartments. Like, say somebody lived in this apartment and then you wouldn't see them. They moved in and you wouldn't see them at all ever again. I'm like, well, what happened to that person? Like, it just was weird. It was weird. It was weird and scared the shit out of me with what was going on with us energetically. There was like a whole garage just with fucking cars that had like dust on them and shit. And it just makes you, you know, you never know like what's going on. So with the world today. And then when that lady said that at the clerk of courts, I was like, okay. With gravy and a pork chop. Oh yeah. I am. It was scary. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about all that either, because it's like we like what's going on is like we're normalizing stuff that's not normal, and that's not cool. That's why I think that parody, that like again the Will Ferrell parody with him with the parrot on his shoulder, like don't look at the parrot. Well, let's not talk about the parrot, okay? I'm gonna go too. I gotta go make dinner. Southern food. Y'all are making me hungry. I don't eat pork chop though, but I don't want to talk about that. She's a teenager. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it though online. I'm sorry, y'all. We've experienced so much that I'm just uncomfortable talking about. I'm not trying to exploit my child or like, but I do have one, you know. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's creepy people. I'm gonna go. You're fine. I'm not mad at you. Y'all stay safe. Have a good one. I hope so. I hope so. Keep us in your prayers. And yeah. Yeah, I'll try. Remember you. How could I not? We've already said that we were being respectful about Charlie Kirk. I'm starting to wonder who's Alan O'Connor. If this is like a bot thing. Because we've already talked about that. I haven't been disrespectful. So we're going to take you off here because that's not true. Thank you. What did you say? Why sure it will what? Things will work out, yeah. Who he was? I don't know. somebody trying to like get mad about me not saying anything about Charlie Kirk because I was talking to you, but I was like, well, I thought we already talked about it. Okay. And we're fine with it. Like, no, I'm not, I just said I was sorry for that too. I didn't know anything about him because I'm not on social media, and I don't like all of the politics stuff or stuff that has to do with a lot of politics because of this kind of stuff, like people fighting and attacking each other. I don't get into that vibe. I do not. So I didn't know a lot about him. It's really sad that any of it's going on. If you want my honest opinion, like, I don't believe anybody deserves that. That's crazy. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. Oh, yeah. Right. So, encouraging people to speak out. Or I don't know. I do know that, like, I don't want to get in the middle of anything that has to do with anybody attacking anybody like that. That's why it's hard to like touch on any of the stuff that's happening because it's so sensitive, right? You know, I love people, so it makes me mad. All right, I love you guys. I'm gonna go. All right, bye.